Hey basketball guys, we have news. Let's go to more Los Angeles Lakers news, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. After Christian Wood's injury, the Lakers plan to add a center. The Los Angeles Lakers are facing health issues with Christian Wood and Jared Vanderbilt at the start of the training camp, which complicates the frontcourt depth situation under the leadership of Anthony Davis. Quickly, J.J. Redick won over the Lakers' locker room and fan base. However, trusting Jackson Hayes and two-way giant Christian Coloco is a high-risk investment. The Lakers need an individual to keep the defense in shape when Davis is away. Lakers are interested in signing players urgently. A watched pot never boils. Though it's a concept that is likely as old as mankind, this idiom is usually attributed to Benjamin Franklin, as Poor Richard, and describes the idea that waiting for something to happen with a singular focus on it seems to make waiting for it take that much longer. In some ways, this might be a concept that can apply to Lakers fans in 2024. After being tossed aside by the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs for the second straight year, the NBA's most popular franchise has seemingly been sitting on its hands ever since. It has left their supporters staring at this pot of water that doesn't seem to want to ever start boiling. They just want to be able to throw in their pasta noodles. There have been many rumors floating around, as tends to happen with this team. With less than 2 weeks until opening night, Vice President of Basketball Operations and General Manager Rob Pelinka has yet to find a deal he likes that he can get another franchise to bite on. As the season approaches, reserve big man Christian Wood is on the shelf with injury and two-way center Christian Coloco is yet to receive medical clearance to play himself. Even forward Jared Vanderbilt has yet to play in preseason after off-season surgery on both feet. The Lakers are looking at a thin bench in the frontcourt, as these issues leave the team with just Anthony Davis, Jackson Hayes, and two-way center Colin Castleton to man the center spot. It is important for the Lakers to maintain a reasonable workload for Davis, while Hayes and Castleton have yet to prove they can be additive to a good team's rotation. With these factors in mind, the Lakers are reportedly in the market for a big man to help solidify the rotation for first-year head coach J.J. Redick. The Lakers have a few tradable salaries, a couple of young players and a handful of draft picks they could part with if the right deal came along, so they've got options. Subscribe to The Whiteboard, Fansided's daily email newsletter on everything basketball. If you like The Whiteboard, share it with a friend. If you don't like The Whiteboard, share it with an enemy. Chris Boucher, Toronto Raptors. Chris Boucher has spent all but one game of his 7-year career with the Toronto Raptors, having established himself as a useful 3-and-D big. He gets up a lot of threes, hitting 33% for his career, while swatting 2 shots per 36 minutes over that span. Though he is a fan favorite in Toronto, he is on the last year of his contract on a team moving in a younger direction. He doesn't offer the size and strength to play the 5 against all opponents, so he'd have to oscillate between the 5 and the 4, depending on the matchup. His shooting leaves a bit to be desired if he's playing next to a true center like Davis or Hayes, but the additional weak side rim protection could be useful in certain lineup iterations. At the 5, his shooting could be passable enough to get by while his energy and activity give a boost to the second unit. This is probably the toughest idea to find a solution for. The Lakers would likely have to move Vincent here, so it may require someone like Jalen Hood-Schifino showing significant growth to earn the faith of the front office. Additionally, since Vincent has 2 more years left on his contract, the Raptors may require some extra seconds to take on the extra salary for next season. Would bringing in Boucher be worth jumping through all those hoops? It remains to be seen whether the Lake Show will go into the season as is, letting things play out for a while before making a move, or if they can make something happen before opening night. If the former, Jackson Hayes will have an opportunity to show he's ready for consistent minutes as a positive contributor, for better or worse. If the latter, Lakers fans will finally be able to stop waiting for that boiling water and get started on that delicious spaghetti dish. Jonas Valanciunas, Washington Wizards. We've crafted a Jonas to LA trade here before, so this one shouldn't come as too much of a surprise. The Wizards acquired Valanciunas on a very modest contract and are in a rebuilding position that would make getting some long-term assets for him a sensible move. He'll likely be an important part of protecting Alex Sarr from the night-to-night pounding during the early part of the season, but if they can get a decent return, it could make sense to move on from the Lithuanian big man. Valanciunas has long been a dominant rebounder and talented low-post scorer in this league. With career averages of 13 points and 9 rebounds per game, the 13th-year veteran knows how to use his size to his advantage. The nice thing about Jonas is that he has a lot of experience as a starter and could easily slide into that spot next to Anthony Davis if the Lakers wanted to play big and pound teams inside. He could also potentially feast on backup bigs, creating extra possessions on the offensive glass and employing his deft touch around the basket against less talented opposition. There seems to be a workable deal here with Vincent and multiple seconds. The challenge at this point is that Valanciunas is not eligible to be traded until much later in the season. Can the Lakers wait that long to acquire help for the frontcourt?